Good morning YouTube. So this is January the 1st 2019, first video of the year, and I thought I'd just show you my husband taking some rhododendron cuttings, and the reason why I'll tell you in a minute. But first off, we'll have a little tuition on how you do the rhododendron cuttings. So take it away, John.
So this is this year's growth. This is still sticky, so it's not quite right to take a cutting, so we'll leave this one for a couple of weeks. Check this one. This one's not so sticky. So look at the name, it's Bibiana. There's a side growth here, which is quite nice. If I take that off, then it's going to branch again. So we'll just cut that one off. Remove the lower leaves. You can tear the lower leaves if they come away easily, but sometimes they rip the bark, so I tend to cut them away. Cut them away till about you've got about 3 leaves left or thereabouts. Find a nice growing point. Cut it off below the growing point, wound it down to the mature wood underneath. These leaves are too big for that to support, so I'm going to just cut that. So we'll go over to the cutting medium.
You're going a bit fast for me. So you go around with this trolley, do you?
Yeah.
And in here.
So that was Bibiana. So I'll just mark, I saw this on another website and I thought how simple it is, permanent marker rather than have labels. So I've marked it with Bibiana.
It don't hurt the leaves?
No, I don't think so. Well, we'll see. And rooting compound. Not too much, but you make sure that that wounded area, so that is the area there that was cut.
Okay.
And into the mix, and that mix is 50% peat and 50% perlite, and I've actually got it in roots trainers.
Oh yeah, I
put it
can
in all
see
sorts,
that.
but the root trainers are quite good because they're deep.
And they're easy to open, aren't they?
They're easy to open, they're like a book. What happens is it forces the roots to grow downwards, the grooves on it, and when the roots come out the bottom it actually gets air pruned, so they won't, rather than forming a root mass, it will push all the roots down. When they get air pruned, the roots are then formed a root ball. But before that, I'll be, these should hopefully root in about 6 to 8 weeks, but I'll probably leave them in here for at least 6 months.
Wow, okay. So can you just do another one and hold it still so we can see what you're doing? So we'll do another one. So
the side ones tend to grow better than the terminal ones. I mean, you could take any of those would be good. Okay. But we'll take one of these side ones, and what it will do, where I cut it here, it's going to shoot again, so it will bush out.
Right.
So this is the cutting. I'm going to remove the lower leaves. You can either pull them down like that if they come away cleanly. But sometimes they will rip the stalk if it's a bit green, and I'll cut them off. I'll leave probably 2 or 3 leaves. Cut those leaves short. There's a root growing point there, there's another growing point there, so any of those would do, so I can actually wound it there, wound it down into the deep wood so that it should shoot from there or there or there, and this is actually broken the surface so they can get out. Mark it with a permanent marker, so it's Bibiana, and then go and put some rooting hormone on it. So I've got rooting hormone in here. It's 3% IBA, and Debbie put a link up to what that is. Shake off the excess so that that cut area has got rooting hormone on it. It should, I mean, these wood should shoot anyway because they're softwood and they got the sap rising, but this will just help it. And then
you should push it in there, you don't have to make a hole first.
They do advise you to push it in, make a hole first and then push it in, because you can push the rooting hormone off. Yeah. But because this is so green, you can see the rooting hormone still stuck on there.
Yeah.
I will put some more on that now. But it's still stuck on there. As it's going in, it's pushing down. I think there's probably enough there anyway. And the trouble with making a hole is sometimes it makes it a bit loose.
Too big?
If you push it like that, it's quite a tight fitting, so all of these are reasonably tight.
Okay, so what's the idea of the plastic box then?
The plastic box just to retain the humidity. So I'll give these a spray with some copper sulfate, which is anti-fungicide, to stop any fungus growing, and then once the moisture's up, this will get sealed, and you just check it and make sure that it's not waterlogged, but it doesn't dry out. And there's a couple of those boxes around the corner if you want to have a look at those.
Yeah, well, so you'll just leave it in here and just make sure it doesn't dry out for like 6 months or more until they start rooting.
Yes, well, you can come after a few months and start to check to see if they're rooting. Obviously some of them might die, so you might want to remove them.
So this is early summer now, so January is the equivalent of probably
March, April, May, June, July.
July in the UK. So this is the best time to do it because of the new growth is hardened.
The new growth, yeah. This new growth here is sticky, and you can actually see it.
Yeah,
So
it is
quite
sticky
right
when it first comes out. So
but
it's
as soon as that stickiness goes, I've been told reliably that that's the best time to take it. Or you can take it a bit later in the year when it goes to semi-hardwood.
okay. Thank you. I'll go and look at the other ones that you've done. So here are all the other ones he's done. Hopefully you can see inside. They're in slightly different pots. Quite a few here. And I think he's got them. I'm not going to open the containers because I don't want to let the moisture out and, you know, leave them quite moist. But I think he's got them in up on here because the spa lid is quite warm sometimes, and they do benefit for some heat underneath them. But we can have a look in this one over here, because I asked him to do some cuttings of the streptocarpus as well, and that could be what's in here. So let's have a quick look. Oh no, more rhododendrons. There you go. And I will tell you, the reason why we're having all these cuttings of rhododendrons is my friend's got quite a big section as well. Close that properly in a minute. And she wants lots of rhododendrons for her property. And we're going to need a lot more. And I will show you now why. So there he is. He's still doing more. And I'll show you why now. So I'll pan around slowly. Slowly-ish for me. And as you can see, the woods have gone. Well, not quite gone. They're all down, virtually all down, apart from this top corner up here. And I will be wobbling as I'm walking it. But we're also having this area removed here. So this group of trees here will be coming out because a lot of them are rotten. And the first big gust of wind, they're going to come down anyway. And we're going to take the rest of this row out up here, up to just the start of the driveway up there. And then we've got this big, massive area that if we don't put something in there or do something with it, it is just going to fill with weeds. So we've decided that we're going to take a load of rhododendron cuttings and we're actually going to fill this area as much as we can with rhododendrons. Obviously we're going to put the taller ones at the back and the shorter ones in the front. And then we've got mulch. As you know, we're quite lucky. We get plenty of free mulch. And we will just mulch them all in. And we will put some irrigation in for them as well. So I'm quite chuffed about getting all that done. We were going to buy some conifers and put in there. And we decided why pay for conifers when we've got plenty of our own plants that we can propagate ourselves. So as you can see, the woods are almost down. So it's been a slow process because the guys have been doing it in between their other jobs. But just recently there's been a massive amount of work being done in here. And I am really, really chuffed to think that they're going. I will be so pleased when they're finally gone. And then all the roots are being taken out as well. We'll have the paddock tilled and tidied up. And we will then seed it and we'll have meadow and we'll have some grazing animals, which will be brilliant. It's roughly around 4.5–5 acres all up, so it'll be good. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rhododendron cutting tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and like, and yeah, and I'll catch you again on the next video. So thanks for watching. Bye for now. So one thing, John, when's the best time to do these rhodo cuttings, as in during the day, not, you know, the year?
First thing in the morning when that plant's fully hydrated.
So okay.
First thing in the morning, and ideally it should have rained before. Or if it's at a long dry spell, then water the plants the night before so that they get a chance to be full of moisture. It's getting a bit too warm now, so I'm going to stop now for the day and do some more tomorrow morning first thing.
Okay, thanks very much.